Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining. I'm Tasha Burke-Peart, a technology program specialist with the Department of Educational Technology. That's a mouthful. I am here today to introduce you to some awesome tools that our public library has to offer. Thank you for joining us with this year's virtual learning experiences. Before I introduce Elisabeth, I want to go over a couple of things that we'd like to go over before we get started. This session is recorded, so if you know of another teacher, another classroom that wanted to watch and wasn't able to watch, don't worry. They will be able to view this entire recording right after we are done. And it also is going to be on our YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, go ahead and do that. Like the video, hit the bell if you want to be notified of future events. We have a lot that we'll be doing this week for the virtual learning experiences. If you tweet, go ahead and use the hashtag ETPBC. PD, and also make sure you include us at EdTechPBC. Teachers, you will be able to put your questions in the chat. Students, unfortunately, won't be able to put questions in the chat, but you can. So if you have any questions about the presentation, please feel free. Put it into the chat and we will have a Q&A at the end. The moderators are there to also answer questions in the chat. You'll know it's a moderator because there is a blue wrench by the name. So if you have some additional questions that you want to ask, go ahead and do that. There's like a 10-second delay between our recording and the chat. So that's why we have people moderating the chat. So without further ado, I want to bring up Elisabeth. Miss Elisabeth is a children's librarian at the Palm Beach County Library, and she's going to do a couple of things. She's going to read for us, and she's also going to walk us through some of the many tools that the library has to offer. How you doing, Elisabeth?
I'm excited to be here with you guys. Thank you very much.
Welcome. So I'm going to go ahead and drop off now.
Okay. See you soon. Oh, it's so I'm by myself on the screen now. Hello, everyone. Like Miss Tasha was just saying, my name is Miss Elisabeth. I work at the West Boynton branch of the Palm Beach County Library System, and I'm excited to be here with you guys today. I get to give you a little tasting of what our virtual activities are like in case you haven't been able to drop in on one of those yet. And then I'm going to do a sort of a virtual tour of our library's website so that you can find fun things and things that might be helpful for any summer assignments you have. Again, on the website. Are you all ready? Okay, we are going to go ahead and we are going to start with a story. But before I read the story to you, I am going to make sure that we all know some vocabulary words. First things first, as some of you guys know, this is a dictionary. This is one of many different kinds of books that you can get from the library if you don't already have one at home. This one is called the Children's Illustrated Dictionary, and it has all sorts of pictures to go with the words. And a dictionary is a book where you can look up the meaning of words. So I'm pulling up this book actually for the word weird. So we would look in the W's for weird. And I use the word weird a lot. I think I'm very weird. I think cool things are weird. I think it's awesome to be weird. And it's almost weird if you're not weird. And this tree, I'm going to hold it up here really close to my camera. Oh, it's backwards a little bit. Here we go. So this over here is the word weird. And they have included this picture of this tree that apparently whoever made this dictionary thought was weird. And it says the word weird just means strange or unusual, like this tree has a weird shape. So that's what a dictionary is. I'm going to just put the book back there. And then I have another book that's not as well known as the dictionary called a thesaurus. So I know that some of you guys are not quite at the age where you're writing papers just yet, but when the time comes, because it will, a thesaurus might be handy for you. It is very much like a dictionary. It has words listed alphabetically, but a thesaurus is used so that you can find synonyms for words. That means words that are like other words, that mean pretty close to the same thing. So again, we are going to look under weird and see that it says, rather than if you have to write a paper, you don't want to use the same word over and over and over again. So you can also, instead of weird, say bizarre, curious, extraordinary, funny, odd, peculiar, or strange. And some of those things I'm proud to be. I like being funny. I like being curious. I like being extraordinary. All of that to say, the book that I'm going to read to you this morning is called Thesaurus Has a Secret. And I apologize to the author if I am saying her name incorrectly. It is by Anya Glazer, published by Catherine Teagan Books. And the author, or the person who wrote the book, is Anya, and so is the illustrator, or the person who drew the pictures. A lot of the times, books will have an author and an illustrator, and they will be different people. But for this book, the person who wrote it also drew the pictures. So she is very extraordinary. All right, let me see what happens in Thesaurus Has a Secret. All right, I'm going to hold the book up close. I'm just going to wiggle over here to make sure that you guys can see all the pictures. All right. Millions of years ago, dinosaurs ruled the world. There were fearsome T-Rexes, nimble iguanodons, and great horned triceratopses. But this isn't a story about them. This is a story about Thesaurus, who says hello and greetings, because just like in a thesaurus book, hello and greetings are synonyms, or similar, or like each other. Thesaurus was just like other dinosaurs. These leaves are positively scrumptious. He was mostly like other dinosaurs. He ate like other dinosaurs. He said, bon appetit. And he played like other dinosaurs. Perfection. Whatever other dinosaurs did, Thesaurus did too. Whether it was arm wrestling or ball games. Keep going, persevere, you can do it. Persevere is a big word for keep going, you can do it. And when he watches the sunset, he says, what a beautiful sunset, so magnificent, resplendent, awe-inspiring, because those are synonyms. Thesaurus did all the same things as the other dinosaurs, just with a wider vocabulary. But Thesaurus also had a secret. Something he loved more than words. When no one was looking, he loved to read. Holy moly, look at all those books behind him. He would read anytime. Looks like when he was supposed to be going to bed, probably in the dark. He would read anywhere, like when he was taking a bath in the pond or the lake. All he needed was a comfy spot, even up in the tree. A nice spot, hidden from view. And if anyone ever came close, Thesaurus was always ready with an excuse. I'd love to come swimming, but I'm allergic to fish, so maybe next time. Or, hi there, just doing some gardening. Or, I'll be with you in a jiffy. I've got to finish my laundry. No one could ever discover his secret, because reading just wasn't something that dinosaurs did. Sometimes he wished he could share his stories with someone, but in the company of a good book, he never really felt alone. He would get swept up in the magic, lose himself in new worlds, journey with friends, and have grand adventures. One day, he'd been so absorbed that he didn't even realize he was reading out loud. Oops. Maybe no one had noticed. Or maybe they had. What had he done? How would he ever fit in now? Have you guys ever felt like that? Like you maybe don't fit in? Thesaurus had never felt more terrified or alone. Already, the others were starting to make fun of him. One of them kept poking his tail. Here, if you look really close, there's the other dinosaur going poke, poke, poke. And the other dinosaur, because you can see the little speech bubble here, is saying, excuse me, I was just wondering, what happens next? And all of the other dinosaurs also said, yes, what happens next? That was lovely. I like the part with the crocodile. Don't mind us. Carry on. Is there a sequel? That means a book 2. Thesaurus loved to read. More than that, he savored each sentence. He relished the words he treasured and cherished and adored and delighted, all synonyms, in every single story. And as it turned out, everyone else loved to listen. That's the end of Thesaurus Has a Secret. And that is just a little sample of what you might get if you come to one of our virtual activities. I know that we have all elementary here today. So if you are a little bit older and have graduated from Storytime, we also have cool things like science programs and craft programs. And are you all ready to find out all about those? Because I am ready to share with you our website. All right, awesome. So here is our website. If you need the link to the website, it is P as in palm, B as in beach, and C as in county, library.org. So pbclibrary.org. And there are lots of things to click on our website, but a lot of the things that you will probably need as an elementary schooler, and most of the things that we're going to go over today can be found up here in this little corner. The cute little rocket ship that says kids and teens. And if you hover over it, it looks like the rocket ship is blasting off. So let's click on that and see what you can do on your kids and teens page of our library website. All right, so we are going to scroll down and we're going to select kids, because if you're in elementary school, you're not quite a teenager yet. And here is the kids section. I guess like the kids version of the homepage. And there are already up here 3 different, very useful links for you. On our first link, you can click on it and you can see all of our events for kids. We're going to pause here for just a moment and we're going to look at this button here that says past digital events. That means that things that have been recorded, like what's happening today, can be found there. Or you can keep scrolling down and you can look at so many things that we have going on for the kids. And it's very useful if you look here towards the end of all of our little, what we call blurbs, to figure out if it's the right age for you. Ages 3 to 5, probably too young for this crowd, but check this one out. This one is for ages 5 to 10, which is perfect for the group we have right now. So with your grown-ups' help, of course, you can come to this page and you can search all of our cool things that we've got going on, and you can just press pre-register and attend our virtual activities. All right, the middle one is for the Summer Reading Program, which is like a huge reason why I'm here right now. So we're gonna save that for last, and we're gonna jump over here to ABC Mouse. ABC Mouse goes up to, I believe, about 8 years old. So some of you guys still might enjoy ABC Mouse. And ABC Mouse is pretty neat because you used to be able to come into the library, the physical library, and play ABC Mouse on our computers for free. But now you can actually check out your own ABC Mouse account, which means that you can access it from home and your parents can see what you're doing and the progress that you're making. And just like books, it gets returned every so often. But when you recheck it out, you should still have all of your progress and whatever you've played or done saved for you. So that can be a fun yet educational thing to do this summer. All right, the summer reading page. Our theme this year is called Tales and Tales. So tales like the tale an animal has, or tales like fairy tales or other stories in books. All right, so here we go. As you can see, it just started 2 days ago and will continue through the end of July. There's a very simple how it works right here. You can participate a couple different ways. You can either read or listen to 5 books, or on READsquared, which we will visit in just a moment. There are also some other fun activities you can do to participate in the summer reading program as well. If you happen to need any recommendations of what to read, these are links here that you can click on. But we are going to keep scrolling past this for right now because I can't show you every single link we have, or else we would be here all day. And we are going to see right here, it says READsquared, and that is what we are using primarily for our summer reading program this year. Thanks to Cephalin providing this to us. Before I click on the link, I would like to point out here, just down the way a little bit, pardon me, any age can participate in the summer reading program. So if you have a sibling that was just born, or if you have a great-great-grandparent, all of you guys can participate together. So if we click on this link, it takes you to the READsquared, I'm going to call it portal, and you can have your grown-up click here to register for an account. You would want to have your grown-up register for the account because they can actually register, I believe, everyone in the family at the same time, rather than having to remember, let's say you have 3 brothers and sisters and 1 grown-up with you. That way they only have to remember 1 account rather than 4 accounts. So I'm just going to go ahead and log on with mine that I created as an example to show you a little bit more. Now, this is going to be for the adults because I'm an adult. But if you have kids, it looks incredibly similar. You can see that I'm already 20% done because I have read a book. So if you read a book, all you do is click logging and log reading, and you type in the book that you read, and you get 100 points. As you can see, there are also missions, other ways to earn points. Did you guys know, if anybody happens to like birds, we actually have birding backpacks where you can check out from the library a backpack with like real binoculars and things like that so that you can see what birds you see out in nature. So these are all worth different amounts of points. And when you reach 500 points, you're going to get a certificate that says, hooray, I completed the summer reading program. And you can take that certificate just on, a phone, if you would like, to your local library and turn it in for some very neat prizes. There's also other random sorts of activities here. We have games that we can play. We have, again, more reading lists here. If you're older, I certainly wouldn't expect our kindergartners to do this, but if you like to write about what you liked about books, you can actually write your own book review here. And that is READsquared. Let's go back to the summer reading page. And we're going to keep going down our summer reading. Here's the information again that I just gave to you guys. And then we are going to come to our Library Adventure Museum Pass, or simply abbreviated LAMP. So if there are any museums in the area that you like the Schoolhouse Children's Museum, or Murakami, the Japanese gardens, or the Lighthouse Center all the way up in, I think, Jupiter or Tequesta. You can go into your nearest library and you can see if they have any museum passes available. And the museum passes will get you and a grown-up into museums either for free or at a discount. Or if the museum is already free, like the Johnson History Museum, you get like a little gift bag. So that's something else you can do this summer that can be both fun and educational. All right, so the last thing that I'm going to show you guys here is this very unique, special, like a thesaurus, activity that is called the Magic Spectacular with Brent Gregory. And I don't know about you guys or if anybody likes a good magic show, but I actually just hosted Mr. Brent Gregory here on Monday to kick off our summer reading program. And he did a really good job at making a magic show virtual. He will bring you up on the screen and he will have you help with magic tricks. So if we have any aspiring magicians, that means kids who would like to grow up to become a magician, or maybe you're even working towards that now, you can go here and register for the additional magic shows he will be doing this summer. If you keep going down the page, this is just, again, what I showed you guys before about all of the digital activities we have. Lots of different ways to find our virtual activities. All right, I'm going to scroll back up. Actually, I'm just going to press back because I don't want to give you guys whiplash from going up and down and up and down. All right, so we have made it through the header of our kids page on the website, but there's more. Let's keep going. All right, so our read along books. I'm not sure if you guys have been into the library to check these out. They're still relatively new. I meant to bring one in to show you, but I forgot. It is, I'm going to pick up this one again. It's just like a normal book, but it has a little machine in it where you can press play and you will actually read along with someone else reading the book for you. And it's really neat because you press play and it gives you a different sound for every single book that will let you know when it's time to turn the page. And these books are anything from the picture books, like what I read to you, all the way up to some of the chapter books, like The World According to Humphrey or Junie B. Jones. So all you have to do is click this link and it will show you specifically the read along books that we have. So yes, as you can see, there are picture books, there are nonfiction books so that you can learn about things. And that way, if you're still needing some practice with reading, it's great because you can read while it reads to you, which is why it's called Read Along. All right, we're going to keep going down. The story times will take you, since we're all still virtual, will still again take you to that lovely virtual activities page. And then here is a very valuable resource. Now, you might not need to use this over the summer. I'm not sure what kind of homework assignments you guys get over the summer, but it is available. If I try to show you now, though, it's not 12 noon yet, so I don't know what we're going to find. It's not going to look quite the same. But if you need help with homework, if you, I'm pretty sure you guys are learning like somewhere in the K to 5th grade, you know, like multiplication and division, or maybe even like super basic pre-algebra. I was very not so great at math when I was a kid, and I could have used a tutor. But tutors can be very expensive, and sometimes you don't need that much help. You just need a little bit of help. So tutor.com, when you access it through our website, is actually free. So we'll click on it and see what happens. It's going to look a little different because it's, oh, it is available. I wonder if we need to update the information. All right, so awesome. So if I need help with any subject, and this is actually for kindergarten all the way to adults, I can click Get a Tutor Now. Here we go. I thought it was closed. Okay, so it is right. So when you click this, usually when it is between 12 p.m. and 12 a.m., it will ask you things like, what grade are you in? What subject do you need help with? It's anything from math to science to English, pretty much anything you could possibly need help in, you can get help here for free. Whew, need a break. Okay. They have also updated it. I used this when I was in high school, when I was in college. It's very useful. And something that they've added, at least since then, is the ability, because I know that sometimes the parents especially will tell us, my kid needs to be face to face with somebody. And while I don't believe they've added face to face, they have made it so that it's more than just chatting. They have added the option to do chat and voice. So you can actually hear someone speaking to you, like I'm speaking to you right now. The next tool is called Ask a Librarian. We can't help you with your math problems, but we can tell you where to go to get help with your math problem. So those are the kind of questions you would ask there. Here again are some recommended books. Sunshine State Books. It is my understanding that our school district does something, or at least some of the schools, or what seems like a lot of the schools, do something called Battle of the Books. And that's usually with the Sunshine State Books are what's on that list. So I've clicked on this to see if I can get it to come up, but it needs some more coffee, it looks like, because it's still loading. But I did want to show you that we have the list for this year's Sunshine State Books. And something that I was hoping to show you that you might just have to look up yourself later is that a lot of the Sunshine State books this year are actually available as eBooks or e-audiobooks. The pandemic has delayed things, even getting physical books sent to the library. So if you go to the library and you need something really popular like a Sunshine State book, you might not find one on the shelf. So they are available online. We're going to press stop and try to not get dragged off this page. And if you keep going on this page, you'll notice now all of a sudden, these are not pictures of books. They're pictures of things like tablets or phones. And so we actually have links here for some suggested kids ebooks, some suggested kids audiobooks, and suggested kids music. So Freegal, which is this blue word right here, is one of our e-resources where you can go and download songs for you to keep. There's even a kids playlist, which we have a link to here. And Hoopla has the same thing. All right, there is something here that I want to show you called Novelist. Sometimes kids don't like reading, and it's okay to go through phases of not enjoying reading or for reading to not be your favorite thing to do, but that's why we're here, to help you find books that you will enjoy. And sometimes it makes me so sad when kids come into the library, the actual building, and say, I don't want to read anything here. And I think that has to be impossible. We are a library. Surely something here you will enjoy reading. So even if you are what I will call a picky reader instead of a picky eater, Novelist is a great resource that will help you. We can do it for you. You can do it at home. That will help you find books that you will enjoy. So let's say that you are not a super huge fan of reading, but you really liked reading Harry Potter, because everybody has at least, I think, heard of Harry Potter. I'm not sure why it only brings up the two results that it does when I don't select series, but we're going to go to series. We're going to look right here, the Harry Potter original series. Okay, I liked that. Let's see what happens when I click on it. So it will actually tell you over on this right-hand side that says read-alikes, some books or some series, actually, in this case, that you might like, specifically because you said you like Harry Potter. If you click view all, you can actually see why it says that you might like those books. So that's a great resource I like to use for people who come in and say, I don't know what to read next. All right, and then everything else on this page is great resources for homework help, basically. Information, good information. or websites you can go to for good information. Okay, there's one other thing that I was going to show you that wasn't on here because we saw my broken links to Hoopla, Freegal, and other ebooks and audiobooks. Hoopla is my favorite. But there's something else that you can get on as well. And that is magazines. Now, unfortunately, Flipster, which is what we're going to now, doesn't have a whole lot of kids magazines. But if I click right here, family and kids, there are some really cool magazines here that you can see. Highlights is pretty popular. Highlights has the hidden pictures. And one of my favorites, National Geographic Kids, because who doesn't like reading and learning about animals and seeing really cute pictures of them? You can actually read the entire National Geographic Kids magazine right here on this page. All right. We're going to go back, hopefully. There we go. All right, I want to make sure that your teachers also have time to ask questions. So let me see what else I was supposed to cover here. Let's go back to the homepage, which again is pbclibrary.org. And we're going to scroll all the way to the bottom. I'm just going to drag so that we don't, I'm trying to drag. There we go. All right. That's quite a little too far. All right. There are two important links on here. Primarily, get a library card. So if you do not have a library card, but you would like one, they are free to all Palm Beach County students. You can either click right here on get a card, or rather have your grown-up, because students can have library cards, but their grown-ups still have to get them for them. You can go down here and click apply for a library card online. Or if for some reason you and your grown-up cannot physically make it into a library building, you can call your nearest location and you can ask them to set you up with a library card via FaceTime or whatever the Google equivalent would be. The other link on the bottom, which is can be very interesting for our kids who sometimes find out about books that we don't know about, is suggesting an item. So if you're like, oh man, my friend has this really cool book that I would really like to be able to read too, but it's not something you guys own at the library, you can actually just click on suggest an item and we will try to get that for you. All right, I was going to go over the catalog with you guys, but I don't think we have time. So let's see if there are any questions that I can answer while we are still here together.
Yeah, we do have a great question from Debbie. Let's go ahead and pop that one on there. Can students read graphic novels online? It's a question from Jaden.
Yes, they absolutely can. I will try to access Hoopla a different way. Hoopla is a great way to read graphic novels online because they have a really cool feature of like almost like a magnifying glass to be able to really see full or even bigger than full size panels like they have. So again, Hoopla is my favorite. And Hoopla actually allows you to link different library cards. So if you have library cards from different systems, you can log in multiple times. Let me see, because I will give you a little demonstration here. There's a kids version of Hoopla, which is also great. And so here are some of what you could read on Hoopla. I was hoping something would be a comic that would be very easily and obviously a comic so that I could show you, but of course it's not when I go to look for it. So let's see.
We see all those cool Diary of a Wimpy Kids on there.
Oh yeah. Comics. Let's see here. This should do it. All right. So Big Nate at least used to be pretty popular. So let's see what happens if I come to Big Nate and I click borrow, I can then click read. And just like I showed you guys with the magazine, you are now reading the ebook version of this Big Nate. And Big Nate isn't necessarily something you need to zoom in on, but if it were something that had lots of little details you want to see, if you hover over the different things, you get like that super big view, or you can just read it like normal without the little magnifying glass. But yes, you can absolutely read comics/graphic novels online. That was an excellent question. Thank you. I believe you said
Jaden,
Debbie
yeah.
asked that. Oh, and
Okay.
Jaden. Okay, perfect.
Here's another one, and this one's for you. Whoops. Let's see. I wanted this one. There you go.
How do you get to work in a library?
And what inspired you to work there?
So what inspired me to work there was my children's librarian. I remember when I was around kindergarten age, I would go to Storytime, and I would love what my Storytime, or what my librarian did so much, that what I would do is I would check out books, and then I would come home and I would get on a stool and I would set up all of my teddy bears in front of me and I would give them story time. So I knew from a very young age that I really enjoyed the library. And how you get to work in a library, you have to go to school. If you want to be an official librarian, you have to go to college for like 6 years. You learn lots of stuff. You learn how to learn to be a librarian.
Thank you. Elisabeth, this was like really awesome. Thank you so much for showing us all the things that we have available at the library. I enjoyed Thesaurus Has a Secret. I thought that was a wonderful and I hope you guys learned some new terms, thesaurus and dictionary and synonym. That was a big one too. Thank you for showing us about the summer reading program. I hope everyone will join the summer reading program and sign up on READsquared so that you can log your reading this summer, and that you can also be eligible to win some prizes from the library when you complete your task on the READsquared. The museum pass.
The grand prize is an entry for a $25 Amazon gift card. So you can get some
more stuff. Yeah, more stuff from Amazon. The museum pass, that's another fun thing that you can do this summer. And the magic show, I know if you're like me, you know, you love magic. So that's something that you're going to want to do. Thank you again. We're going to go ahead.
You're welcome. I did forget to mention that we are also, we don't have the information on our website, but starting on the 21st, we are going to be doing the boxed summer lunches at all of our bigger branches.
Very good to know. Very good to know about the boxed summer lunches. So I encourage you guys to get a library card. You might even see me there because I work there as well as here. So I want to see you guys coming into the library this summer. So just to recap, thank you again, Elisabeth, for joining us. We have a couple of additional virtual learning experiences this week. Tomorrow, we're actually going to get a chance to visit a Tesla showroom, so we could take a look at some Teslas and learn a little bit more about that fancy car. And on tomorrow, we're also going to have the library come back again. Candace is going to be here to talk to secondary students about some of the things at the library that we can partake in. And then next week, we have some really cool things with the South Florida Science Center and Aquarium. You're not going to want to miss that one on the 15th at 9:30. And then on the 16th, we have two events from the Norton Museum of Art. One is for K-5 at 9:30, and then secondary will be at 10:30. And then we'll have a tour of Fable Vision Studios, a creativity tour on the 17th. Those are our upcoming virtual learning experiences. And 2, save the dates. 1 is our back to school Tech Talk teachers. We're going to have that on July 29th. It's going to be virtual, and more information will be coming about our Tech Talk. And then we're really excited that we will be able to offer the Tech Conference this year. It's going to be virtual, October 15th. We have a really slick platform that we'll be using for the Tech Talk, or for the Technology Conference. So look to hear from us very soon with more information about the Tech Conference. And on behalf of the entire training team, as well as the entire Ed Tech team, we want to thank you for joining us today. We want to thank Ms. Elisabeth for sharing all that information about the public library. Is there anything else you want to say before we sign off?
I think I'm good, but I hope to see you all at some point this summer.
Bye, guys.